One of the many challenges that we've come across in building this off-grid homestead 6 hours away is just keeping an eye on the place. And you want to do that for a couple of reasons. Security, number one. Is there anyone walking on our property? Is anyone trespassing? But on a side note, it's also a pretty cool idea to be able to see all the wildlife that comes through. We've gotten deer, turkey, porcupine, raccoon, anything that lives upstate New York except for bear. We haven't had a bear come by yet, but we know they're in the area. But we also have gotten a couple stray dogs, maybe some cats have come by as well. We haven't seen anybody on our property yet, which is thankfully a really, really good thing. But yeah, we're starting to integrate with the local community. We're making some friends, and we're getting to know the area a little better. So it's nice to know that, you know, people are going to trespass. It's probably going to happen eventually. But the way to combat that, or at least know that it's happened, is trail cams. So we have a couple of cameras scattered throughout the property, and I'm not going to give away all their locations, but I will show you the camera that we chose to use. It's pretty affordable. I'll put a link down below to everything so you can check it out yourself. And it all works great through the app. Spy Point is the company. So I'm going to take you up to one of the cameras, and what I'll do is off camera, I'll take all the SD cards out and I'll swap them out so I can take the SD cards home with me. And I'll find the best pictures I can find and overlay them with the video as best as I can. So let's go find the nearest camera. We'll take a look, and maybe I'll discuss some of the pros and cons, maybe the problems that we've had, if we had any, and we'll go from there. But in the end, I think if you have a property that's a distance away, whether it's out in the middle of the wilderness, maybe it's out in the middle of nowhere, or maybe it's simply a house that you own that you don't live at often. Maybe it's one that you rent out, or maybe it's an Airbnb type thing. Trail cams are very, very affordable, and they're waterproof. They work great with the cell signal that we have. So it all just works out, and you could check the photos anytime you want right on the app. The settings are pretty flexible, so you can change the sensitivity, how often it takes a picture, when it connects. All that stuff is pretty variable, and you can make it suit your needs. So again, let's go take a look at the camera that we use, and we have 3 of them. So let's go see. So here's one camera that we have. Again, we have 3 of these. They're all the same. It's a Link Micro SLTE, not sure what that means, made by Spy Point. It comes with a solar panel up top and a antenna on the side. It also comes with a tree strap right here, and you just cinch that to a tree or a post or whatever you're looking at. On the inside, you can open it up right here. You open it up. There's the battery. There's some indications of what the lights mean and what it can tell you. The battery can be removed and charged using what I think is called a micro USB. It's got a SD card slot right there. It's got a status light on off. It works great at night. It works great during the day. Closes shut, waterproof, good to go. And we've relied on these cameras for a number of years at this point. And the only reason why we don't have 100 of these things is because there is a monthly fee to connect to the cellular all the way up here down to us in South Jersey. So being that we want to be able to keep an eye on the property, we really have to pay the $10 per camera. Now, I think, is it $10 per camera? It might be $15 per camera. Check it out yourself, see what the subscription says now. Now we have, again, like I said, 3 of these cameras, and this is probably the one that's in the best shape. This seems pretty brand new almost. The antenna is adjustable. That hasn't moved at all. The solar panel seems to be pretty clean. The problems that we've had with the other 2 is that this strap does rot out after a while. So that could be from the sun, rain, whatever. That is pretty much destroyed on one of the other cameras, and we use a bungee cord now. The bungee cord, you gotta make sure if you do something like that to not cover any of these sensors or camera lenses. So I run the bungee cord right through here, right above that latch. And this little section here creates a good groove for the bungee to hold it on without blocking any of those things we just mentioned. So the strap is not permanent. It's not gonna last forever. be sure to have a backup in mind if it ever does fail. The only other problem we've ever had is that there is a gasket here. I don't know if you can see. It's a rubber gasket that holds that door nice and snug. On one of the cameras, the gasket failed at one point, and through storms and rain, water got in here and killed the battery. So the battery was toast. But the camera was still good, and I verified that by switching batteries around to make sure that it still worked. So I ordered a new battery. It was 40 bucks, had it delivered right here, threw it in, it worked great. So now we have back up to 3 cameras again. And really, those are the only 2 big issues. The strap, which is almost inconsequential, and the gasket did fail on one of ours. Not that big of a deal because you can get a replacement battery, but it may have been a bigger deal if it, failed in another way. Thankfully, the camera was okay. So this isn't something that's like groundbreaking. Probably most of you have already known about trail cams, but that is the trail cam that we chose. Again, we have a couple of them, and we've had pretty good success with a few minor hiccups. Occasionally, the battery dies in a way where it just doesn't connect. So I have to wait until my next trip up here, take the battery out, charge it. I'm not sure why this happens. It could be where we place them and the amount of sunlight, a couple days overcast, whatever. And, they work pretty well during the summer, and occasionally during the winter time, they seem to slow down. You can adjust the settings like I mentioned, that if you have a problem, you can change the settings in a way where it uses less battery, the sensitivity and what have you. But it doesn't do video. That's the one thing I wish it did do. I wish it did video. That would just be a different camera. So, maybe that's in the future. But for now, we have 3 photo trail cams, and they've been working great. They've been satisfying our needs just fine. You might need to get one. It's something to think about. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Please click the like button, share the video, subscribe, do all the things. Do all the things, please. It helps. And then from there, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.